Alright, it's that time again, isn't it? Where we've got to talk about the situation. And in this video I'm going to talk about the scumbags, the dirtbags, the absolute fraudulent cunts, which is of course the state arbiters of the program, who are just so cowardly and despicable. All they know how to do is attack you when you have your back turned to them, or when you're sleeping, or when you're not aware. It's always some kind of a weasel sucker punch move that they make. And I was supposed to go boxing training this morning, and obviously they had this whole thing lined up for me. I just knew it. So they wouldn't let me get any sleep for days, and today I wasn't allowed to sleep until like 5 o'clock this morning. And I've been woken up so many times because my alarm, many of these alarms might just be animals, but nonetheless they also entice people to set off my alarms in combination with this sleep deprivation that I'm subjected to. And they had hoped that I would go to training without having much sleep and being completely out of energy and not being sharp and awake. So they had a better chance at getting one over on me. So obviously I wasn't going to have them have that kind of overhand on me, such a scummy move that they always try to make happen, you know. And other than that, they also claim that their sleep deprivation of me is somehow conducive to me supposedly confirming or even confessing to all of their propaganda claims and allegations that they make in the form of these virtual fabrication movies, or their never-ending narratives that they claim are somehow depictions of my reality, my memory, or my intentions, or my dreams, or whatever nonsensical label that they put on their own fabrications. As I say, they are scummy, despicable, fraudulent scum. So it's not surprising they act this way, and because everything is so blatantly obvious by now, anything they say is being turned into whatever they want it to mean. So for example, I have a small business. Not only are they literally denying me 99 to 95% of all of my sales, I'm basically not allowed to sell anything at all. And on top of that, they constantly get people, and often young, unaware teenagers, to ask me questions regarding what I have for sale on my web shop. And if I confirm, for example, that I have a carburetor for sale, and it's from then I have suddenly confessed to whatever claim that they are saying this carburetor is code word for. Or if I have an engine for PGO, which is the primary engine that I build, if it fits a PGO Hot 50, well then that has the same meaning, because they say so. That's the kind of level of absurdity that I'm daily subjected to here in Denmark, behind enemy lines, where the Danish state and its intelligence agencies, PET principally, have been indoctrinating the public since the inception of the program, using the national broadcasting media service, which everybody has to pay licensing fees for, and according to the law. They literally use that on top of their propaganda channels to indoctrinate the public to hate and despise me for all of the crimes and allegations that they say that I am doing, despite there's never any charges, courts cases or judgments to speak of. It's only just their propaganda campaigns, and I have been demonized to such an extent that people are accepting that their propaganda and PSYOPS supersede actual reality. So my actual words and actions in real life have no bearing on whether or not I am hated or despised. It's all comes down to what kind of propaganda campaigns the state, in collaboration with the United States government and the CIA and the like, are producing and broadcasting all over the world. it doesn't really matter what I say or do or don't do. It's also fucking fraudulent and fabricated that it literally has no meaning. I could be a completely fictitious person and they could have this situation going on exactly the same way they are having the situation go on now. That's how fake and fabricated this whole thing is. And the only thing that is actually real in this whole scenario is their social and political persecution of me, which has been intensifying for every day that goes past since 2008, where now I'm literally an enemy of the state, and the state is saying that I'm an enemy of the people, and the people need to help the government and intelligence agencies defeat me. So, and that whole situation is being used as the pretext to micromanage and control the population with. And I have said it many times before, and now I have just said it again. That's how this whole thing works, and that's the point behind this whole thing, is to have a pretext to enroll this new authoritarian rule that is controlled by an iron fist by the states and intelligence agencies, literally eroding everybody's freedoms and rights and trampling the rule of law and human rights conventions while they're doing it. And that's kind of what's happening in this whole situation on an endless basis.